Good evening everyone, and welcome to part 1 of my Deus Ex walkthrough. Now, before we get started, there's one quick thing I want to do, and that is...
I spill my drink!
...to turn the music down. I wanted to have the music playing at first because the opening song to Deus Ex, you can't not listen to it. You have to have it there. But, now that I'm talking, I need to turn it off so it'll be easier for you to hear me. But I have really been wanting to do a walkthrough for this game for a very long time. And I just never got around to it. But this has been my favorite game ever since, ever since I was a kid, over 15 years ago when this game first came out. I've played through this game fully. Played through it maybe 3 or 4 times, partially played through it countless times over the last 15 years. So you're in pretty capable hands here. So let's go ahead and get started, and if you're new to this game, I'll go ahead and explain everything that you need to know starting out here. So this is your skills. In the game, there are 2 different things that you can upgrade. You can upgrade your skills, and you can upgrade your augmentations. Augmentations are kind of like special powers given to you by nanotechnology, or nano-augmentations. And then skills are, your capabilities as an agent, and these are those skills. Now, first thing first, to any new player, do not invest in swimming. You don't need swimming. You can get through the entire game just fine, leaving swimming untrained. So don't waste any skill points on swimming. You can see the skill points down here. You have 5,000. As you progress through the game, you'll get more and more skill points, so you'll be able to upgrade your skills farther and farther. Another thing that you probably won't need is environmental training. I've personally never used it on any playthrough that I've ever done. I don't think that you need to waste any skill points on it. Another one that I personally have never used is demolition. I mean, no one would berate you for upgrading your demolitions to trained, but I don't really see any purpose to it. I've never upgraded it myself. Let's go from, now that we've got the 3 that you probably don't need, let's start from the top and go down to the more important ones. Computer. This is one of the most overpowered skills in the entire game. The covert manipulation of computer and security consoles. Untrained, an agent can use terminals and read bulletins and news. Trained, an agent can hack ATMs, computers, and security consoles. Now, just with trained, which is just 1,000 skill points, just with trained you can hack anything. You can hack anything in the entire game now with just trained. Right now, I could upgrade it right now and I could hack anything. Once you get up to advanced, an agent achieves moderate increased detection countdown and a moderate decrease in lockdown times, as well as gaining the ability to control automated gun turrets. So now with advanced, you can turn turrets against enemies. Master is overkill. It just increases the speed at which you can hack. You don't need to invest in the Master. You can if you want to, but advanced is good enough. You can get through the game perfectly fine with advanced. Electronics is for bypassing security systems with multi-tools. The efficiency with trained, the efficiency with an agent with which an agent can bypass security increases slightly. The efficiency with which an agent bypasses security increases moderately. I'll explain this more in game as we start going through the game. If you've watched my part 0 training, you know what multi-tools are and how they work. Lockpicking is the same as electronics, except with lockpicks, it increases your ability to bypass locks. Medicine, if you increase your medicine, a single med kit can go much farther than it could if you were untrained. Heavy weapons, it increases the damage, accuracy, and movement speed with heavy weapons. Low tech, which would be melee weapons, knives, crowbars, batons, swords. It increases the accuracy, damage, and rate of attack. Same with pistols. All pistols in the game, you can increase your accuracy, damage, and rate of attack. Same with rifles. Upgrade it and increases the accuracy, damage, and in reloading. You reload faster. So what I'm going to invest in, probably I'm going to put one into electronics. I'm going to put one into lockpicking. And that's all I'm going to get right now. I don't think I need anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and put my real name for this character in. And you can choose different JCs. So that's the first one, the second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. This one is the canon appearance, and it is the one that I'm going to be going with this walkthrough. So let's go ahead and get started.
Your appointment to FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already discussed the matter with the senator.
I take it he was agreeable?
He didn't really have a choice.
Has he been infected?
Oh yes, most certainly. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the ambrosia vaccine, he was so willing it was almost pathetic.
This plague, the rioting is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate.
Of course they're desperate. They can smell their death, and the sound they'll make rattling their cage will serve as a warning to the rest.
I hope you're not underestimating the problem. The others may not go as quietly as you think. Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
A bunch of pretentious old men playing at running the world. But the world left them behind long ago. We are the future.
We have other problems.
UNATCO?
Formed by executive order after the terrorist strike on the statue. I have someone in place, though. I'm more concerned about Savage. He's relocated to Vandenberg.
Our biochem corpus is far in advance of theirs, as is our electronic sentience. And their ethical inflexibility has allowed us to make progress in areas they refuse to consider.
The augmentation project?
Among other things, but I must admit that I have been somewhat disappointed in the performance of the primary unit.
The secondary unit should be online soon. It's currently undergoing preparation and will be operational within 6 months. My people will continue to report on its progress. If necessary, the primary will be terminated.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but soon there will be order again. A new age. Aquinas spoke of the mythical city on the hill. Soon that city will be a reality, and we will be crowned its kings. Not better than kings. Gods.
Okay, so here we are on Liberty Island, fresh out of training. You can see what I've got with me is a pistol, an electric prod, and a medkit. This is how the inventory works. Larger objects will take up more spaces than these smaller objects. So as you get more and more objects, you'll have to maneuver these around so you can fit them in more effectively. And you can read over here in the side all about your equipment if you so desire. The next tab is your health. You can see that your body is separated into various parts. You don't just have one overall health bar. So if you get shot in the arm, your left arm health, it will go down. If you get shot in the right arm, its health would go down, and the head, which would be really bad, your head health would go down, or your legs. Now, if you get shot in the legs, you start to go slower, or if your legs are injured, you go slower. If your arms are injured, you start to aim. Your aim efficiency decreases. And you could, with medkits, you can spot heal whichever one. If my torso was damaged and my left arm was damaged, and I wanted to use all the healing points for my medkit on just my torso, I would click heal, and it would allocate everything from that medkit into my torso. Otherwise, I would just click use from here, and it would distribute the points evenly across all my body parts. The next tab is the augmentations. You can see I don't have any except for the default ones. Now, the default augmentations are the IFF, Automatic Friend or Foe Identification, uses advanced heuristic algorithms to associate visible objects with known threat categories. Targeting reticle highlights red over enemies and green over allies and neutrals. No upgrades. Energy rate 0. Current level 1. Maximum. Always active. Next, you have the light, your flashlight. Bioluminescent cells within the retina provide coherent illumination of an agent's field of view. No upgrade, and the energy rate is 10 units per minute. You can see my energy right there. It's at 100%, but if I were to use my flashlight, this would go down. The next is the InfoLink. One-way micro transceiver array allows agents in the field to receive messages from control and to store and later retrieve relevant maps, conversation, and notes. UNATCO Ops file notes JR133 Violet. This is a top of the line all the way. This is top of the line all the way, so don't expect any upgrades. Jaime Reyes, end note. No upgrades. It doesn't use any energy. It's always active. So those are the default augmentations I have thus far. Next, you have skills, which we already talked about. The pistol was trained by default, or you could have untrained it if you wanted to, but I didn't. Because I'm going to be using a lot of pistols in this walkthrough. Goals and notes, you can see there aren't any. You can add your own notes down here if you wish. Conversations, there are none. There are no images. And no logs. I'll get into that once we start getting some conversations, logs, and images.
My orders are to stay here. I'd let the bots do the fighting if I were you. I'm glad this thing has bulletproof glass.
You can talk to pretty much any NPC in the entire game.
I'd let the bots do the fighting.
And they have several things that they can tell you.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to meet you at the dock. The NSF is raiding the island and shots have been fired. I repeat, find Paul. I will monitor your situation from HQ.
Here comes Paul to brief us of the situation happening on the island here.
Paul, I thought you were in Hong Kong. Welcome to the Coalition, JC. I might as well start using your code name. Think I'd miss my brother's first day? Didn't think you'd have a choice. What's going on? The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but we trapped the rest in the statue. What are we waiting for? Looks like a textbook assault. The NSF took one of our agents hostage. The bots are holding the perimeter, but my orders are to hold back and send you in alone. I think someone high up wants to see how you handle the situation. All I've got with me is a pistol and an electric prod. I don't mind a test, but UNATCO better issue some hardware. Remember that we're police. Stick with the prod. It'll stun your opponents or knock them unconscious. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent way to eliminate resistance. Just in case, though, Manderley wants you to pick an additional weapon. A sniper rifle, a GEP gun, or a mini crossbow.
We could choose either one of these weapons, and this is our first choice in the game. The crossbow we can use, which has tranquilizer darts, we can use to silently take down and non-lethally take down opponents. The GEP gun, which is, it shoots missiles, it's to use against heavy armor, and there's a bot on the island that we can use this against, but I have a better way of taking that bot down than using the GEP gun. And then there's the sniper rifle, which is self-explanatory. And that's what I'm going to go with.
I like to pick him off from a distance. I'll take the rifle. This isn't a training exercise, JC. Your targets will be human beings. Keep that in mind. I get the idea. What's the first move? I'm going to give you a map of the island. If you can get to the North Dock, a UNATCO informant will give you a key to the statue doors. He responds to the code phrase, iron and copper. You could avoid a lot of fighting, though, if you found a back way to the statue. I'll see how it looks on shore. Your primary objective is the makeshift command center the terrorists have installed at the top of the statue. But don't forget about Agent Herman. We think he's being held on the ground floor. What are my orders when I reach the command center? Interrogate the leader. We don't yet know why the terrorists would risk an open assault. What's your take on the situation, Corporal?
The bots have them bottled up, sir. We'd go right in if it weren't for the whole back order.
How'd they get one of our agents?
Gunter went rogue on us. When the order came, he wouldn't pull back. Now you get to bail him out.
You just gonna stay here? There's been some activity at sea. I'm going to watch the coast. Why'd they bring you back to New York? I don't know what they have planned. I messed up an assassination attempt on one of the Triad leaders in Hong Kong. UNATCO pulled you out? It's a long story. You better head to the statue.
Welcome aboard, Agent.
Which Triad was UNATCO targeting? We'll talk about that later. How was your graduation? I want to hear what happened. I wish I could have come. At the time, I could have cared less that Mom and Dad came to mine, but it was a good thing. The UN threw a dinner in honor of me, the first nano-augmented agent. I didn't know that. Guess I must be old news. Dad made a toast. I don't know if you remember his old brown suit. A toast? That doesn't sound like our father. It was hard for him in front of the diplomats, but he savored every moment. Strange how proud he could be when so much was due to our augmentations. Yes, he was proud. I believe that much. It was nice to have done something for him and Mom. I wish someone could have been there for you. I'm used to being on my own. One can be too self-sufficient, I'm coming to believe.
If they come this way, I got them, sir. Well, I certainly see the family resemblance. Those rebels are no match for our bots. Welcome aboard, Agent. Welcome aboard, Agent.
I'll go ahead and turn the
I spill my drink.
music back on. Binoculars, we don't need that. Lockpick, can always use lockpicks. If you go down here, you'll find 2 more boxes. A multi-tool and a power cell. So these are lockpicks. They're used for getting through doors, and multi-tools are used for getting through electronic locks, or you can disable cameras with them, or auto turrets. Bioelectric cells you use to replenish your bioelectric energy, and I think it replenishes 25 energy units. Now I used my flashlight briefly just a minute ago, and I'm down to 99. So once this gets down to 75, I can use the bioelectric cell and get it right back up to 100%. If I used it now, it would bring me back up to 100%, but 24 of the 25 points would be wasted. So only use bioelectric cells when your energy is getting down pretty low, because otherwise you're just going to waste some of the charges in the bioelectric cell if you use it too soon.
Best thing is to let the bots handle the ground assault.
This is Paul Denton, our brother, the protagonist brother.
You might be able to find some supplies in the comm van by the helipad.
who is the first nano-augmented agent, and the protagonist, JC, being the second nano-augmented agent. This is a security bot employed by UNATCO. UNATCO being the United Nations
Hard to believe this
Anti-Terrorist
rock used to be a tourist attraction, huh?
Anti-Terrorist Coalition.
NSF everywhere, JC. Your orders are to shoot on sight. A UNATCO informant on the North Dock can get you inside the statue. Look for a bomb. Identify yourself with the phrase, iron and copper.
United Nations Anti-Terrorist Coalition, which is who we are employed by. There's a baton, which is a non-lethal alternative to the crowbar, and does adequate damage, 7. The crowbar does 6. So this does more damage than the crowbar, and it's non-lethal, so we definitely don't need the crowbar anymore. Broad charges, darts, and 10mm hammer. Now here's something that you can do. You can get this guy's attention.
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
You can lure the terrorists down here and the bot will take them out. I'm surprised Paul didn't open fire yet. He should have been the first one to take a shot, but I guess his AI is being a bit clunky right now.
I'll keep watch on this side of the island.
We got a knife, we don't need that. Now, terrorists have taken over this island, and their leader is holed up inside the Statue of Liberty, which its head was knocked off in a terrorist attack. There are terrorists everywhere, down that way, and inside the statue. And one of UNATCO's agents, Gunther Herrmann, was captured and is being held inside the statue. What we need to do is to infiltrate that statue, free Agent Herrmann, and then go up to the top and interrogate the leader and take out any resistance along the way. Now there are several ways that we can go about approaching this, and this is why Deus Ex is regarded to be one of the greatest games of all time, because of how revolutionary this was for an FPS RPG at the time. Just so many approaches that you could take to just go about achieving this one objective. What we can do is we can take a completely direct approach and just go in through the front door, if we so please. And even if we did do that, there's several ways we can go through the front door. There's a terminal up there that we can hack, and we can turn the auto guns inside against the terrorists. We could go in guns blazing. We could skip Agent Herrmann and just go right to the top and not free him. If we went in the back way, we could go back down and clear it out from the top to bottom, and then go back up. Or we could just go completely stealth and try to avoid as many people as possible and go in. You know, there's almost a limitless number of ways that you can go about doing this. And I'm going to try doing all of them. Or at least, explaining everything you can do along the way, so you can get the most out of this walkthrough that you can. Now behind here is a medbot. I don't feel like wasting any lockpicks on it though, so I'm not going into it. But there's also a box up here. With a gas grenade. Now that's, you can see he's unconscious. That was a non-lethal, stealthy takedown. Some of the characters in the game will like you more if you don't kill anyone and you take them down non-lethally. Now those guys that the bot killed down at the docks, they don't count as our kills because the bot killed them, not us. Multi-tool. Now I'm not particularly going for a non-lethal walkthrough. I'll use non-lethal when applicable, but you know, I'm not scared to get my hands dirty if the opportunity demands it. You know, I'll just do what's most efficient for the time. Now, I said before that I didn't want to waste any lockpicks on that that opening over there, but what I can do is take this TNT You can see the door strength is 50%, and this TNT should be more than enough to bust that open. But first, I think I'm going to take care of this guy. Hide his body over here so that he doesn't see it. Now we got a crossbow from this guy that has tranquilizer darts. Oh, I need cigarettes. Medkit here. Weapon first. I'll demonstrate how the tranquilizer darts work once this guy gets in range. You just need to get them once with a dart and they'll go down. So as a non-lethal option, this is a very effective weapon. You can just peek around the corner, hit someone anywhere in the body once, and they'll go down eventually. But now there's no one around to notice. Let's blow this open. Inside, you will find medical bots, which we can use to heal ourselves. The UNATCO HQ is over here, which we'll go take a visit to.
Freight base is under lockdown till the danger's gone, Agent Denton.
Right. How you guys holding up?
UNATCO Command made us pull back, I guess for Gunther's sake. What's the deal? We're ready to go in.
I can't speak for Command, but I'm gonna clean the place out.
I hear you. Manderley's right. You nano-augs are born and bred killers.
I do my best.
Better load up. There are some crates of ammo stashed in the antenna shaft behind the helipad. Might also want to check out the comm van next to it. The code's 0451.
Thanks. I won't let you down.
My tactic, when there's no cover like this, is to pick them off from 50 or 100 paces with a scope. What do you think? I scored an extra one from a couple of thugs we dropped down by the dock. You can have it for 700 credits. I also picked up some 10mm ammo and some crossbow tranquilizer darts. Say 200 for one, and 60 for the other.
Shouldn't you turn that stuff over to the quartermaster?
Sure, I will. As long as Command has the rest of us on parade drill, someone might as well put this hardware to use.
I don't need any of that stuff, so...
I'll check back with you later.
The base is currently under lockdown, so there's no way for us to get inside the base. But we can go over here to the comm vent.
Welcome aboard, Agent. Everything was clear an hour ago. Then, boom! My orders are to hang back. If I catch sight of the NSF commander at the top of the statue, I'm gonna take a shot. Screw Manderley.
Manderley is the boss of UNATCO, basically.
The thugs must be desperate to attack us here. I don't like just standing around, but orders are orders. Whatever was in that barge, the NSF sure wanted it bad. Careful, Agent. Rebels are crawling all over the place. I've got this area secured. If I catch sight of the NSF commander at the top of the statue, I'm gonna take a shot. Screw Manderley.
We go back here. There's a lockpick. Hidden behind here, you have a nano key. The nano key goes to this thing. But there's several ways I can go about opening this. I could use the key and unlock it, or I can use this security terminal and unlock it. And the login and password is under here. Attention night shift. Fan camera system, login, same as old login. Statcom, new password is UNATCO_001. P.S. We will beat you at darts on Saturday, suckass. So I can use that login, get into the security terminal, and unlock that. But I have the key, so... And here is an EMP grenade. This is extremely important, so do not waste this grenade. I will show you how to put this grenade to good use. Some tranquilizer darts, and a medkit. Well, let's go ahead and use this terminal so I can show you about this. Satcom. UNATCO 00. Unlocked, closed, open, closed. See, I can open and close it from here. And this is a camera inside the base. You can control and zoom in on the cameras, or you can turn them all off. If there were turrets here, I could turn the turrets against everyone if I wanted to, but there's not. So let's go ahead and log out. We are going to put this grenade to good use against this bot. First, we need to figure out where the bot is.
Be careful. The NSF has set up patchwork security systems here.
Don't see it anywhere. It's around there somewhere. There it is.
The NSF put a commercial-grade security bot in this area. You can either avoid its patrol route, or, if you're feeling lucky, Try and take it out with the EMP grenades or explosives. I wouldn't recommend taking it on with small arms.
Now we've attached the EMP grenade to the wall over there. The security bot will pass it, it will detonate, and the bot will be out of our hair. It's as easy as that. Now let's look into this data cube. Brother, I have set up turrets and cameras in the statue ruins. A hasty defense, but since we won't be here long, it should work. The security computer login is NSF001. Password is smash the state. Now with this bot taken down, a frontal assault will be very easy. The electric prod, you can see, is a very good weapon. If you use it right and you prod the person while they don't see you, you can take them down in one hit, with no chance of alerting anyone else. Now this is locked, but I don't feel like using any lockpicks on it. We'll blow it up with explosives later. Here's the front entrance to the statue. It has an automated turret here, and a camera there, but we are out of its range. NSF 001. Smash the state. Off, unlocked, opened, enemies. Off. So this is a camera inside the statue. And you can see there's a turret right there that we can turn against them, which I will do. This turret that we turned against them just now took that guy out, as you can see. Lockpick. Flares. We don't need those. So if I was taking a frontal approach, I would just go in right here. And I could go up to the top of the statue from here, or I could go over and free Gunther, who's in there. But I'm going to show you an alternative method to getting inside the statue.
That's the difference right there. Just take a look at him.
Bad?
They cut off his arm, replaced half his face.
Herman, right? He's a good soldier. Killed 3 of our men.
They'd have replaced his whole body if it would have improved performance. If that's how you judge a man, by performance, then eventually it's not about people, but upgrades, versions, functionality.
All I know is we could use a few mechs for ops like this.
Soon as we buy into the cult of the machine, we're just like them.
Rhetoric. Always more rhetoric.
What do you think we should do? Lethal, non-lethal. I'm running out of darts.
Huh? That's him. He's a cop.
Just like that. 2 shots, 2 unconscious. More medbots. We don't need any medbots right now.
Fascist.
I thought I only got him with the dart. I guess I got this guy too. Unconscious, yeah. Take this guy out with a prod. Alright. Multi-tool.
This power box must have been damaged in the raid. Don't cross through the arcs. I'm also picking up an EMP field here. If you're not careful, it'll suck away your bioelectrical energy.
So if we cross through those electrical arcs, obviously we're going to get hurt, and it will drain all of our bioelectric energy. Now, this is just a side room. All this is unnecessary. You don't have to do this. You can complete the whole level without even coming here. Now, But even though it's just a little side unimportant thing, there's still several approaches to it. I could run through the arcs and risk injury, or I could use a multi-tool and deactivate this control panel, and the arcs will disappear. But I'm an agent. I don't want to waste my resources on repairing an electrical box. You know, I'm not a repairman. That's not my job. Especially when I can just press this button and jump over top of it. Our electric cell. Now these are very important weapon modifications. There's only a limited number of them in the game, and you can use them to upgrade your weapons. So this is a laser modification, which I'll put onto my pistol, and a clip size modification, which I'll also put onto my 10mm. Which can hold 7 bullets now. Don't think there's anything else around here that I need. This just does the same thing as the other data cube. Now this is the alternative approach to getting inside the statue. I can climb these crates and I can get up right here. I can also break this box open and get some ammo. So I'll show you this method. I can't aim any better because my head's messed up. You can see the targeting reticles aren't going in all the way. This is because my head is injured, and because my head is injured, I'm less accurate.
That's it. He's a cop.
Now if I wanted to, I can continue with this approach, but I'm not going to take this one. Paul and Alex Jacobson mentioned that there's a UNATCO informant on the North Dock. The North Dock being over here.
It all happened an hour ago. The barge docked and the NSF moved right on in, offloading the cargo into speedboats. Our undercover man, Harley Philbin, should be somewhere out on the docks now.
Wait for this guy to come back around. I made a little bit too much noise.
I could swear I heard something. Quiet. I think that's just...
UNATCO informant is Harley Philbin, and he is right here.
About time you showed up.
Iron and copper. The statue is copper on an iron frame, right?
Password's enough, pal. Don't think you know something about the lady I don't. My dad did tours out here.
I heard that you can get me inside.
Depends. You get your man out, take back the statue, whatever. But I know the commander and I don't want to see him get hurt. Here's a picture so you don't make a mistake.
You can trust me.
I'll take your word. Here's the key to the front entrance. Commander's not much of a soldier. He'll surrender as soon as he sees you. I need him alive because he's my main contact at the NSF. If he's dead, I don't have much of a business.
Thanks. How do you know so much about the commander?
He's my main contact in the NSF. I need him alive and out on bail.
UNATCO will probably keep him in custody.
At least he has a chance if he's alive. I warned him, you know. I said right to his face, don't take weapons into the lady. That makes you as bad as UNATCO.
Don't forget, it was the NSF that C4'd the statue in the first place. UNATCO's here to put the people...
Ask me, I think the government did it. They want people to think the NSF are terrorists.
I accidentally clicked the mouse button there and didn't finish what JC was saying. Oh well, it's not a big deal.
You with Philbin?
I get a cut for bringing him over.
Tell me what you know about the NSF operation.
I'm not that high level. The more elite troops, they're the ones that took over the ship and unloaded it into speedboats. I think we're supposed to be a diversion.
A ship?
That's all I know. The commander gave me a 10mm clip, a box of 30-06 ammo, and some crossbow darts and said, keep your head down. Like I'm gonna take on UNATCO troops. Want 'em? You can have the clip for 175, the 30-06 for 300, and the darts for 50. But if I was you, I'd avoid a head-on attack altogether and not even use the key Philbin got. I'd go in the statue from the back. Less security that way.
No thanks.
There's nothing around here for us to use.
I better get paid good for this. Remember, you said you wouldn't go in shooting. My dad used to say, if copper can get old and green and need repairs, the same with our liberty. Funny, and that was before the United Nations even had an army. I worked here one summer picking up people's trash. Rotten job. There used to be wall-to-wall people out here from all over the world. Everywhere some other language you can't understand. Remember, you said you wouldn't go in shooting.
Now, if you were particularly inquisitive about your environment, you would come over here and notice that there is a sunken ship and a way to get inside, which is currently locked. And I don't feel like wasting any lockpicks on that, especially when there's an explosive barrel right here. Now, it'll take a little bit of effort to get it over here, but I think it's worth saving a few lockpicks. Now the barrel floats, but you can push it down. There we go. Let's get up here. Get some air. Now we got a few weapon modifications from that, and these are very useful. We can add these to the pistol. I don't need this knife. I don't need this. I guess we can test out the buckshot. I don't intend on keeping it, but it's worth keeping around for a demonstration, I guess. I'm gonna take this TNT with me to blow up that box in front of the statue that I said we would use explosives to blow up. Firstly, we gotta take care of that guy. So we'll leave this over here. Now what I'm doing, you don't have to do this. You know, you could take any of the other methods that I said and use those. You don't have to go around the whole statue taking out everyone, which I literally just now did. There's no one left outside the statue, because I've knocked every single one of them unconscious. Or killed them. Mostly unconscious. He doesn't have anything. So here's that box that I didn't want to waste any lockpicks on. There is a credit chit in it, and some 30-06 ammo for the sniper rifle. I'll go over to the medbots and get fixed up really quick. Hopefully this lag isn't consistent. Well, it's better. And the lag went away, what do you know? Now the key that we got from that UNATCO informant will allow us to unlock the statue doors, but we don't need that because we already have them open. So that's another method that you could have taken. You could have went to the North Dock, got this key, and unlocked this door with the key. Or you could simply have read that data cube over there and unlocked it with the security terminal. Okay. I think I'll end this video right here. and we can advance through the statue and do UNATCO HQ in the second video. So see you for part 2.